Good morning, yogis. So the reason I'm not teaching our class live is because I really wanted to do a class from this beautiful space here at the Hotel Ixtapan de la Salle. I'm in the Zen Gazebo. I'm walking around this room. You can see the beautiful hardwood floor. There's chairs all the way around the perimeter. It's, I didn't count the sides, but I think it's octagonal. And it's just beautiful and surrounded by bamboo. That's bamboo behind me. Oops, I don't want to run into anything. And there is a road out there, so we might have a little bit of road noise, but mostly we're surrounded by trees and plants. And I just wanted to take advantage of this space and do our yoga class from here. Today is Tuesday, and I'll be sending this out to you tomorrow for Wednesday's class. There's no Wi-Fi out here in the gazebo, and so I can't teach the class from here, but I just thought this would be a nicer background than just being in the hotel room like we did the other day. So let me set the computer down, and I'll watch the lighting because the sun is continuing to change, and we'll do some yoga, okay? So as always, please make yourself comfortable, either sitting in a chair. I've got a chair here nearby that we'll do a few poses in the chair, or sitting on your mat on the floor, and we'll get started, okay? So again, make yourself comfortable, seated, lying down if you prefer, and let's get centered. Get centered in our body. How do we feel today? How is the breath today? How is our energy today? How is our spirit today? Relax your shoulders. Relax your back. Relax your hips. Relax all four limbs, both arms all the way out to your fingers, and both legs all the way down to your feet and toes. And just take a moment here to connect to your body and connect to your innermost self, whatever you call it, self or spirit, inner being, the essence of you. And in the quiet, just experience yourself on every level. Let's begin to deepen our breath. Just take a slightly longer inhale and a slightly longer exhale. Just bringing all of your attention to your breath in and your breath out. As you breathe out, you can breathe out through the nose or through the mouth, or a combination, whatever feels natural. More breaths, natural but lengthened breath. And then let's take 3 breaths all together. You can move your arms with the breath if you wish, inhaling as you gather the arms up. And let's exhale, arms out and down. And again, inhale, arms up. And exhale, arms out. And one more time, inhale, arms up, and exhale, arms out and down. And as I said, we're going to do the first few poses using a chair, so hopefully everybody has a chair nearby. I'm going to make a little adjustment here myself, and go ahead and come up into your chair. We'll be coming back down on our mats in a moment, but for right now, let's come into the chair, feet planted on the floor. Drop both shoulders, and let's just loosen up the neck and shoulders to begin. Let's take a deep breath. As you exhale, drop your right ear over to your left shoulder, right shoulder, right ear to right shoulder, not left. Let that right shoulder stay down. And imagine someone was beside you pressing your left shoulder down. So you feel that deep stretch there on the left side. Relax. And then gently let your head start falling forward, but super slow. Take all the time you need to start moving the head downward, forward, towards center. Feeling those muscles, each one side by side, beginning to stretch. And once you reach center, stay there for a moment and drop both shoulders down. Again, your imaginary yoga assistant standing there pressing the shoulders down. And now gently pull your belly button in towards your spine and roll your shoulders slightly forward so you're widening your upper back. And then gently bring those widened shoulders up towards your ears. Up towards your ears, and with the shoulders staying high, gently lift your head back up to neutral. Roll those shoulders back and down. Just breathe, sit for a moment, let everything come back to its neutral, natural state, natural place. Feel any after effects, any sensations in your shoulders, your neck. And then let's do the other side. So we're going to drop the head over to the left. Inhale, left ear down toward left shoulder. Let the head be heavy, heavy, heavy. Left shoulder staying down, and right shoulder, we actively press it down just to lengthen a little bit more there on the right side. And then really slow, again, slow motion, start letting your head fall forward as it starts doing that little quarter circle down towards center. Nice and gentle, nice and slow. Feeling those individual muscles there on the side and back of your neck. And when you reach center, just hang out there for a couple of breaths, actively pressing both shoulders down. Pull the belly in, keep your spine long. And then pull the belly button in a little bit more. Roll the shoulders slightly forward so you're separating your scapula, your shoulder blades, making it really wide. And then with the wide shoulders, gently lift them up towards your earlobes, bringing them up as high as you can. And then with that support, gently lift your head and bring it back up. Roll those shoulders back and down. And then again, just return to neutral, natural place. Everything, shoulders, neck, head, chest, everything neutral. Breathe. All right, let's stimulate a little bit of circulation here on the top of the shoulders. We're going to lift the shoulders up to the ears, and then we're going to hold it for a count of 3, and then drop them on 4. Okay, so inhale, lift. 1, 2, 3, and drop. Again, inhale, lift. 1, 2, 3, and drop. Couple more. Inhale, lift, squeeze. 2, 3, and drop. 1 more. Inhale, lift. 1, 2, 3, and drop. Let everything settle down, back to equilibrium. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale. All right, arms out in front. Fingers spread wide, and turn your hands so that your palms are facing forward. Take your right hand, grab hold of those left fingers, keep your thumb free, and gently pull those fingers back. You can use your right thumb to gently massage the tops of your right fingers around the knuckles, just stimulating circulation there in your right hand. Gently stretching those muscles in those fingers, and then release the fingers and grab hold of just your right thumb with your left thumb. Did I say right? Left thumb with right hand, and gently pull back so you feel that big muscle at the base of your thumb stretching. Use your thumb to massage the other thumb. Right thumb massaging left thumb. And release, shake that left hand out. And out again, fingers down, spread those fingers, really stretching, and then relax them. Left hand grabs hold of the right fingers, gently pull back. And then use your left thumb to massage the tops of your right fingers. Increasing the circulation, nice massage. And then release those fingers and grab hold of just your right thumb, gently press it, pull it back. Use your left thumb to massage the top of your right thumb. It always feels so nice. And release, shake that right hand out, shake both arms out. Just shake everything vigorously out, get that blood all the way down into the fingertips. And then rest your hands on top of your legs or your knees, relax everything. Feel the aliveness in your hands, in your arms. All right, let's scoot to the front of the chair, or if you're seated, just sitting on the floor, bring your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, and if you can't interlace your fingers comfortably, you can just grab hold of one wrist or the other, okay? And we just want to open up the chest, spreading and stretching our pectoral muscles, top of the ribs in front of the lungs. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Breathing as you're squeezing. Breathing and squeezing the scapula that we were stretching earlier. We want to squeeze that part of the upper back and keep stretching the front of the pecs. A couple more breaths. One more breath. And then relax everything. Bring those hands out in front. Again, let them rest on top of your legs or your knees. Let everything relax. Chest muscles, muscles in your arms. Relaxing. I'm going to turn down these chimes a little bit. I can hear the birds, and I'd rather hear the real birds outside. All right. A couple more while we're sitting here. Let's cross our right leg over the left. And if you're sitting, you can do that. Yeah, that's good. Right hand is going to go behind you. Left hand can go on the outside of your right leg that's on top. And we're just going to do a nice twist. So let that twist, as always, starting in the low belly. Take a breath. Exhale, gently turn. Your left arm is acting as support, but also as leverage and resistance so that your legs don't turn. You use your left arm to kind of push the legs in the opposite direction as you're twisting your torso to the right, turning the shoulders to the right, and turning the head to the right. Getting a nice twist for the whole torso, raining out tension, increasing flexibility. Take a couple more breaths here. Don't forget to breathe. It's not easy breathing in a twist. You have to make a little bit more effort. But the exhale takes out so much of what we want to get rid of. So use the breath. One more breath. As you exhale, gently release the posture, slowly returning to neutral, uncrossing the legs. Let everything come back to equilibrium. Take a deep breath or two. Let the exhale carry out anything you don't need. And then cross the left leg over the right. Right arm is going to go on the outside of that left leg. Left arm is going to go behind you. Take a breath. Starting in the low belly and low back, we twist, all the way around. Finally the shoulders, and last the neck and the head. And we breathe. Breathing in slowly, and breathing out totally. Exhale, slowly let your body unwind, releasing the twist. Relax everything, bringing everything back to equilibrium again. nice deep breath. And breathe out. All right, we're going to do one more here in the chair. And this is one that I learned from Laureen, the yoga teacher here, and I really like it, and I think you'll like it too. So you're going to cross your hands, place one hand on each leg, opposite hand to opposite leg, and we're going to take our legs wide so they're off your yoga mat. Kind of heel toe those legs out. And then take a deep breath, and we're going to fall forward. So your hands are holding on to the outside edges of your knees or your thighs, and then push with your knees to widen the hands even more, and you're going to feel a deep stretch in your back as you fall forward. So you want to hold on to your legs, but you want the knees to be pushing the hands out as you drop forward. Feel that stretch all along your back. You can maybe even move your feet out further if you want to, or just let the knees press out. Couple more breaths. And then soften through the knees, gently heel toe the feet back in toward each other. Coming back to neutral. One hand resting on each knee, its corresponding knee, relax. And we'll do it again this time, other hand on top. So if you remember which one's on the top, you want to just switch it around. Take the feet wide again, wide, wide, wide. Take a breath. Exhale as you fall forward. And then let the knees press outward. One more breath. Soften, let go of your legs as you slowly heel toe the feet back in toward each other. And come to neutral, let everything relax. All right. Place your hands either on your heart or on your panza, your belly. And we're just going to stand up and sit down a couple of times, and then we're going to be standing and doing some more poses away from the chair. Okay, so hands on heart or hands on belly. Take a breath. Exhale, stand up. Inhale. Exhale, sit down. Inhale. Exhale, stand up. Inhale. Exhale, sit down. Just one more. Inhale. Stand up. Inhale again. Exhale, sit down. Very nice. Get a sip of water or whatever you need. I'm going to do a downward dog with the chair, and then we're going to go into our vinyasa and do a regular downward dog. But just to stretch out before we stand all the way up, go ahead and place your hands on your chair seat, wherever your hands are comfortable. Walk your feet and hips back, back, back as far as you can comfortable. Make sure your chair is not going to move and slide away from you so you don't hurt yourself. Stretch those hips back, trying to get your hips back behind the rest of your legs. Let your head fall in between your upper arms. Spread your fingers just like we do in downward dog, and let's breathe. Every time you exhale, pull the belly in, just activating our abdominal muscles and supporting our internal organs. Couple more breaths. Imagine your imaginary yoga assistant pulling your hips back, standing behind you, pulling those hips back. The hands and feet don't move. One more breath. And lift your head so you can see your hands. Bend your knees slightly. Start walking the feet forward. Take a breath or two. Bend the knees again. Slowly release the chair. We're going to come up into Tadasana, mountain pose. As you stand in mountain pose, as always, use this pose to check in with your posture. Both feet parallel to each other. If you look down, your toes are in the same alignment. One foot is not in front of the other. All right, and then hips are aligned over the knees, and the knees are aligned over the ankles. Our naturally tilt up a little bit, so you don't want to fight that. You just want to find that nice sweet spot where you feel balanced. And then feel the whole length of your spine from your tailbone coming up through the inner curve of your lumbar spine, the more outward curve of your thoracic spine, all the way up to the inner curve again in your cervical spine, back of your neck. Feel your collarbone and shoulder joints wide, arms just hanging loosely by your sides, fingers soft. And as I like to say, if somebody saw you from across the room, they would notice how wonderful your posture was. No slouching, nice and strong. Take a couple more breaths here in your mountain pose for today. And then let's bring our arms up, take a deep breath. Bring the hands together, let them come down in front of your heart, just with a breath of gratitude for the posture and strength and strong skeleton you have. And we're going to come down on the floor and do our little vinyasa of downward dog, upward dog, etc., etc. All right, so let me tilt this down a little bit. We'll start on our hands and knees. Hands out in front of the shoulders, knees at hip distance apart. On the toes, take a nice deep breath. Exhale, come up into your downward dog. And since it's the first true downward dog of the class, let's bend the left knee and press the right heel down. And in reverse, bend the right knee, press the left heel down. One more time, bend the left knee, press the right heel down. And bend the right knee, press the left heel down. And then come up on your toes, really stretch those toes, coming up on the toes as much as you're able to. And then gently lower the heels down. Now I want you to take your right foot, press the top of your toes and top of your foot into the mat. If you can see my right foot, stretching the top of the foot, maybe even just gently, slightly rolling, just to stretch all the muscles of the top of the foot. And then bring that right foot down to normal. Do the same with the left. Just positioning the top of the foot on the floor, gently rolling back and forth. Just stretch the front of your ankle, the tops of your toes, and then back to normal. Stretch back into downward dog. If you need to take a break and bring your knees down, of course you do that, okay? And then let's lift our heads so we can see the hands. Take a deep breath. Exhale and come forward into plank. And now here for sure, if your arms and shoulders or wrists are getting tired, you bring those knees down. You can stay here in plank for another breath. Stay with me. And then exhale. Everybody drop those knees. Coming into upward dog, you can bring your knees all the way to the floor. Relax the tops of your feet on the floor. And come into upward dog, kind of a high cobra. Gently release from that upward dog. Walk your hands back, make little fists of your hands. Take a breath. Exhale, arch your spine, pull the belly in, tuck your chin, tuck your tail. And then bring your big toes to touch behind you. Gently let the hips drop down. All the way down if you can. Bring your hands all the way around by your feet if you can. Drop them down. Let's stay in Balasana for a few breaths. And then lift your head, stretch your arms out in front. We'll do the vinyasa one more time, but we're going to do a little bit faster so it won't be as hard on your wrists and hands and shoulders, okay? Spread the fingers, take a breath. Come up to hands and knees, toes on the floor. Take another breath. Exhale into downward dog. Breathe here for a breath. On the next inhale, come forward to plank. Inhale again. Exhale, drop those knees all the way to the floor. Drop the tops of your feet. Gently come up into upward dog, squeezing the glutes. Breathing. And then inhale. Exhale. stretching, stretching, stretching. And then release it. Big toes touching behind you. Gently drop the hips down. Bring your hands around. Drop your head. And now slowly coming up. We're going to come down onto our elbows. Okay, let me scoot forward a little bit. Coming down onto your elbows with enough room behind you that you can stretch your feet back and still be on your mat. Oh, right toes on the floor, left toes. Look back at your feet. Your feet are parallel to each other. Okay, and about hip distance apart. And then drop your hips so the back of your body becomes as straight and flat as a table as you're able. And breathe. Do 2 more breaths. And then gently drop your legs down. Relax. You can drop your chest all the way down to the floor. Take a little bit of a rest. I'll just check on the time because I don't have a clock in here. Just want to make sure I don't go over time. Okay. So we're resting down on the floor after doing our modified chaturanga. We're going to do 1 more round, but we're going to come up from the floor. So make sure again that you've got enough space behind you to put your toes on your mat. Come up onto your elbows, okay? And then onto your toes. And we're going to be lifting up just enough so that we're off the floor and try and keep our body very horizontal. Keep the back as flat as possible, okay? Take a deep breath. Exhale, lift away from the floor, and let's breathe. One more breath. And then again, gently release. Drop all the way down onto your belly, arms down by your side. Let your head relax. Let everything relax. Just breathe into your back. And now gently bring your arms up just outside the widest part of your chest. Place your tiptoes on the floor behind you. Take a deep breath. Exhale, push yourself up into table pose. Walk those knees forward, walk the hands back. Take a breath. Exhale, stretch your back in cat pose. And then tiptoes on the floor again. Walk your hands back. Drop your hips down. If you can, drop the hips down, 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 so you're coming onto the backs of your heels. And then if you're able to, place your hands on top of your legs, on top of your thighs. And breathe. If sitting on the heels is not an option, just go ahead and sit in a comfortable position with your spine nice and long. I just want to give a little bit of rest for our back muscles before we come up on our feet. All right, slowly come up on your knees if you were sitting and pat those feet out. We're going to bring ourselves up. I'm going to move the chair because I can see the way the light is. We might get blinded by the light as the song goes. So I'm going to move this way. See if that will keep our light in a good space, okay? So you can use this time while I'm making these adjustments to drink some water or juice or whatever you have nearby. All right. Okay. I wish you all could see this place in person. It's just so beautiful being completely surrounded by green. And at the end, I'll try and do another little walk around so that you can see it again. All right, let's do a little bit of balancing poses, okay? Because it's always a good idea. So if you want to use your chair, if you want to grab hold of that chair and have it beside you, please do, all right? We'll start with our right leg lifting. So if you're going to use the chair, you'd actually want to have it on your left without leaning into it, but you want to have that for support. Keep your left leg straight, bend your right knee. Let's just bring that right knee up. You can bring your arms out kind of softly, like soft wings. You can bring your hands in front of your heart, or you can even bring your arms up overhead. You do what feels best for you today. Flex that right foot just to keep that right leg active. And let's breathe. One more breath. Let it go. Shake it out, shake both legs out. And let's do the other side, okay? Shift your weight into your right leg. You can move the chair over to the right side of you, bend your left knee, and lift that left knee up. Hands wherever they feel comfortable, in front of your heart, or out to the sides, or even up overhead if you prefer. And breathe. One more breath. And release it. Shake it out, shake it out. All right, how about a little warrior three? Great balancing pose, challenges us. For this one, you'll want to make sure that you've got something out in front that hopefully is not moving. Okay, so we're going to start with our left leg standing and stepping back just a little bit so I can take a step forward. I'm not standing on a mat now, I'm standing on the hardwood floor. You may want to do the same. So just a small step forward with your left leg, and then move your body forward so that your right heel lifts and you're bringing all your weight on top of your left leg. Okay? All right. Hands in front of the heart to start. Take a breath. As you exhale, lift your right foot off the floor. Just lift that right foot off the floor. Feel all of the muscles in your left thigh hugging your thigh bone. Feel the muscles around your left knee really, really hugging that joint as well. And then see if you can lift that right leg a little bit higher. Your body, your upper body will naturally tilt forward as we lift that right leg behind us. Now you can keep your hands in front of your heart, or you can bring the arms back, kind of like Superman pose. I prefer having them in front of my heart. That's just my choice. You do you, and breathe. One or two more breaths. And then gently release. The release is always the hard part because you're so ready to let go, right? Shake that left leg out. Dance it out. Let go of any tension in the legs or in the body. Just let everything be loose. All right, let's do the other side, okay? All right, so right foot forward, left foot lifts as we bring our weight forward over the right leg. All right, take a moment just to find your balance, and then take a breath. Exhale, let that left foot lift off the floor. Stay right there. You don't have to go any further if you don't want to, because you're already working, right? But if you're feeling extra strong and balanced today, try lifting that left foot a little bit more. The body will naturally tilt forward as we lift that back leg, and breathe. Staying as still and balanced as we can. Breathing. Planted through the right foot. Couple more breaths. One more breath. And then slowly, gently release. Coming up very slowly and release. dress for yoga. All right, one more balancing pose. Since we're surrounded by trees, bamboo, and big, beautiful trees, I'm just going to take a moment out really quick just to show you this big, beautiful tree. I hope you can see this. Look at the size of this trunk. You see that? Look at those roots. So beautiful. Big, big, big tree. Solid. It's like having a giant dinosaur elephant out there. All right, so let's do a little tree pose in honor of that tree, okay? All right. Left foot will be our tree trunk. Right knee we're bending, and then turn the right foot out. Bring that right foot in. Rest it against your inner left ankle, or slide it up on your lower leg. If you're feeling super balanced and ready to bring the foot all the way up, go ahead and grab it and place it on the inside of your thigh. The only thing what you want to avoid is don't have your foot on your knee, because knees don't bend laterally, so we don't want any pressure on the knee. So above the knee or below it. Hands can be in front of the heart, or like those big trees out there, we can bring the arms up and breathe. One more breath. And then gently release that tree. Release your roots all the way into the ground. Take a breath. Exhale. Other side. Right leg becomes the trunk. Left knee bends, we turn it out. Make sure that right hip stays aligned over the rest of your leg as much as you can. Left heel against the right inner ankle, or slide it up on your lower leg. You can bring it up close to below the knee, but not on the knee. And if you want to, you can always bring it up on the inside, high on the thigh. And then come into your tree pose for today. One or two more breaths. And then release, bringing those branches down to the center, releasing the trunk of the tree, roots into the ground. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale. All right, we're going to come back down on the ground, all the way down onto our backs for the last few poses. So go ahead and make those adjustments. I'll do the same. Bring everything in. I'm going to take that chair away. Bring this down to the floor. Let's move this chair out of the shot. All right. And coming down on your back. All right. Knees bent. I want you to tilt your tailbone slightly upward so the small of your back goes into the floor. Hold it there for a few breaths. Keep your left foot flat on the floor, your left knee bent, and bring your right knee up and pull it in. And then release it. Right foot on the floor, right knee bent, left knee we bring into the chest, pull it in. And release it. All right, both knees bent, feet apart, arms out to the side. Relax your upper back and shoulders. Let's take a breath. And let both legs drop over to the right. Nice and slow, really slowly. Just let them drop. Let gravity pull them down. Trying to get the outside of the right leg as close to the floor as you can. And the left leg is just kind of hovering over the right leg. We feel the stretch along the front of the left hip. Feel the stretch in the lower part of your abdominal muscles on the left side, around the oblique muscles of your waist on the left side. As you breathe in deeply, you feel the left side of your torso filling with breath more than the right as it's more open. One or two more breaths. Keep those shoulders and everything in the upper body relaxed as you bring that left leg up, and then the right leg follows. Walk the feet apart, and then let your knees fall inward against each other. And just let your back muscles relax. In this restorative rest pose, all of your back muscles relax, everything neutral. And then gently heel-toe the feet toward each other, but stop when they're hip distance apart, okay? Relax your arms and upper back. Take a breath. Exhale, let those legs slowly, gently fall to the left. Nice and gentle, nice and slow. Allowing that left leg, outer leg, to get as close to the floor as you can. And the right leg just dropping, kind of hanging out there in space over the right leg, hold over the left leg. Yeah, and feel that stretch. Maybe across the front of your right thigh. For sure you feel it across the front of your right hip joint and up into the lower belly on the right side, at your diagonal muscles of the obliques on the right side. And take a couple more deep breaths. Softening on the exhale, feeling on the inhale, letting go on the exhale. And then gently let that right leg float up slowly, left leg follows, slowly, slowly. Heel-toe the feet outward, out, maybe even off your mat, and then let your knees fall inward. Bring your arms a little bit closer to your body, but still with space, airspace between your arms and your torso. And rest here in a restorative rest pose. Heel-toe the feet toward each other. Bring the right knee to your chest. Bring the left knee up as well. Pull everything in. A little bit of rocking back and forth. And then left foot dropping down. Let's take our right foot, place it at the top of the left knee. You can also slide it a little bit up away from above your ankle if that's more comfortable. Push your right knee away from you if you can, okay? Pushing it away, you feel a little bit of tug up here in the hip, and then lift your left foot off the floor. Bring the legs inward. You can have your right hand on your right knee, left hand on your left knee, and pull in, or you can move your right hand into that space and join your hands on the back of your left thigh and pull in. Lots of different sensations here. In the hips, and in the legs, and in the knee. As long as it's just sensation, no pain, stay here and breathe a few more breaths. Pulling the legs in maybe a little bit more to get more of a stretch around your right hip. It's getting down into that piriformis muscle, which is the one that sometimes aggravates our sciatic nerve. So we're just getting some stretch there, creating some space. then gently release your hands from your legs, uncross the legs, drop the legs all the way down to the floor. And let the blood flow all the way down to both feet, all your toes. Maybe stretch or wiggle the toes a little bit. All right, we're going to do the other side, and I'm actually going to switch the camera angle to the other side as well. All right, and then lying down on the floor, we're going to bring our left leg up. Whoops. Hold on just a second. All right, had to make a couple little adjustments there. All right, so we're on the floor. Going to do the other side. Left foot on right knee. Oh, excuse me. Yes, left foot on right knee. And again, you can move it so that it's more above your ankle if that's more comfortable. And then push that left knee away. And then lift your right foot up, bring those legs in. Left hand can be on left knee, right hand can be on right knee if it's long enough, or bring your left hand in and join your hands on the back of your right thigh. Relax your shoulders, take a breath, pull the legs in. So we're using our hands just to deepen that stretch by pulling those legs in a little bit deeper, a little closer to your upper body. Try and relax your face, no tension around the eyes. And we want to breathe. Feel that deep stretch. Our gluteal muscles on the left side, on this one, are getting a deep stretch in that piriformis muscle, which is the deepest one. You're really getting some stretch there. That's what you're feeling, that sensation. One or two more breaths. Gently release. Take your time letting go. Bring that right foot down, uncross. Drop both legs all the way to the floor. Arms down by your side. And here, just take a moment. Notice what your body's feeling. And notice if your body is asking for anything. Asking for one more stretch, twist, any kind of movement that's going to feel nourishing, nurturing, stress relieving, whatever your body today is asking for. Or if you're ready to simply let go, then I invite you to let go for Savasana. As we do Savasana, I'm going to do a really slow walk around the room. For those that wish to sit up, and again, just see this beautiful Zen Gazebo. I'm going to turn this around here. Being immersed and surrounded by nature, lots of birds, lots of plants, and although the outside world with roads and cars and traffic is just a few feet away, it feels like a world away, although the sounds do creep in. Breathe and rest in Savasana. Feeling peacefulness in your body, peacefulness in your mind. and peacefulness in your soul, in your innermost being. Gently release from your savasana, coming back up to a comfortable, upright position. And when you are ready, please join me for our final 3 breaths. Inhaling up and exhaling, hands to your heart. Again, inhale, lift. And exhale, hands to heart. One more time. We inhale. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being so flexible that although we're not together live, I wanted to share this beautiful space with you, and I hope that you felt some of the vibe for class. So I'll be sending you this class in the morning on Wednesday, April the 8th. And thank you all for your birthday wishes and your nice notes. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful, healthy day. I will be back for real yoga on Saturday. All right? Thank you very much. Namaste.